Okay, so we're gonna go over this using our formulas, right? Financing, that's page 16 for you. Mr. and Mrs. Smith are purchasing a car and they need to borrow $27,500 from their bank, which offers a 4-year loan at 4.25 interest, no down payment, so we don't worry about it. So calculate their monthly payment. So to calculate the payment, we take the amount borrowed, that's called the loan for us, right? And we will multiply it by a table rate divided by 1,000. This is what we call the loan, right? Which is right here. And that table rate is 22.77. Okay. It's $22.77 for every $1,000 you borrow if you go with 4 years over 4.25% interest. That's what you're really finding here. So then you just multiply it by this amount and you'll get what it would be for $27,000, right? And if you multiply that, you get $626.18 per month. Okay, that's a pretty high payment if you ask me, and that's not considering interest, not considering fuel, not considering your insurance, none of that, right? It's just $627.18 a month. How much will the Smiths pay the bank back in total? So total paid to the bank, right? I just made that up, but it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you have the correct work here. You go 626.18 times, in this case it's 4 years, times 12. It's always times 12, right? Because you have 12 months. So if you just want to put down 48 months, that's fine. Okay. So it's really going to be, 12 months for 1 year, 24, 36, 48, 60. Because our table only goes to 5 years. And when you multiply that out, you get 30,056.64. That is what was paid to the bank over the 4 years. Okay. How much interest will the Smiths end up paying for the loan? This is, right, for the loan. Interest for the loan. So total interest, right? Total interest. So we're going to calculate the TI. Okay, that's the formula I gave you there. So you go with the payment, right? 626.18 times 4 times 12. That would be the same as this here, right? Minus, always go back to this one. That's your loan, right? 27,500. And this difference is what you paid in interest. I'm going to borrow my answer from up here. Okay. And that will give you 2,556.64. And it should be a bigger amount. Okay, we're looking in the thousands for total interest paid, not just a couple $100, right? That'd be you should be alarmed if you see that, right? You should go back and check. D, if they went with a 1-year loan, how would their monthly payment and interest paid change? Explain. You may use calculations to prove your point. You may, okay? You don't have to. But what happened here, right? Term is being decreased. Okay? That's what's happening here. You're going from a 5-year to a 1-year. And on one of the pages before, we talked about what happens, right? If you're reducing your term, let's answer the first part, the monthly payment, right? would increase. And you can actually say would increase significantly because right now you're doing it over 1 year as opposed to, sorry, it's not 5 years, was it? That's 4 years, sorry. From 4 years to 1 year. So your payment would increase. That's one observation you can make without making any calculations. And the interest paid, total interest, would decrease. Right? Total interest would decrease because you're paying it off faster. You are paying it off faster. Okay, that's why that, and because you have a shorter period of time, of course you need to pay more per month, right? I hope that sinks in. E, if the Smiths would add a backup camera and remote starter for a total of $17.50, what would the sticker price be? And basically here, sticker is 27. This is a little vague. I must agree. I must give you that because they don't tell us whether this is with taxes or without taxes, right? So just go with it. I will be specific, I promise. But don't stress over it. It's like, I didn't know, right? Like, don't stress over it. I should probably be more specific here. But this is, in a sense, right? Like, this is the price of the car plus options. That's what you, okay? F, calculate the interest paid on the first month. First month, okay? So there is the I, right? Not the TI, just the I. So you go loan times interest rate divided by 100, right? We're going to put that in brackets and you divide that answer by 12. So I'll do my math here. So it's 27,500 times the interest rate divided by 100. You can just do that on your calculator and you should get, I'm going to go up there, it's 4.25 divided by 100. That's 0.0425, right? Somewhere on the side here, I'm just going to go 4.25 over 100 is 0.0425, right? So you know how I got this number. I did divide by interest rate. Don't do the table rate, folks. I see it too often. I see students taking this one and dividing that by 100 because it's a rate, right? Rate, close enough. This is the interest rate. This is the one they give you in the question, not from the table. Divide that by 12. And you get, where is it here, 97.40. This is the first month only, I must add, right? And what do I mean by that? So let's say there are 48 payments, right? So some students say, oh, if I just multiply this by 48, I will get the total interest paid. I will get this, and that's not true. It's not true because this changes. After that first payment has been made, you owe less. So the second month, this is going to be a little lower, right, than before. And then the third month is going to be a little lower. So this calculation happens every month, right? So your payment was 626, right? Almost $100 of that is their profit. Like you don't see that money again, right? So that's that. All right. I think because it's Friday, I'm just going to stop there, but I'm going to give you answers to the other questions, okay? And then I might take Monday to go over them. So just write down the answers here. So we're on page 17. I don't know what happens to the letters there, guys. That's just automatic numbering. Word doesn't always cooperate there. So it's 33,350.24. So you're supposed to get there. I'm going to put that in brackets like that. The loan required is 31,350.24. The monthly payment is 566.81. Total amount paid for the vehicle is 36,008.60. And total interest was paid is 2658.36. Sorry, you can see that. Yeah. So that's 2658.36. And I would like to add something to this. So it would be L, right, according to this. Interest, let's short net interest paid on first month. Just so you get the hang of it, right? The interest paid on the first month's payment, there it is again, it's a shortened version of it. It's 84.91 that you should be getting there. Yeah. For I, 1 second, it's 566.81, 566.81. Yeah. All right. One more thing, folks, before you leave.